Welcome to The Deep Dive, the show where we take, well, a whole stack of sources, articles, research, our own notes, and really try to pull out those golden nuggets of knowledge and insight for you.
Yeah, so you can get up to speed fast.
Exactly. Today, we're plunging headfirst into a world where reality really blurs with fiction. We're focusing on the new film, Omniscient Reader, The Prophecy.
And this one's been making waves.
Oh yeah, it's not just another adaptation. It's become this lightning rod for passionate debate, a real storm of divided opinions. It's fascinating, actually.
A case study, almost, in how you can thrill one group and just completely alienate another.
Absolutely. So our mission today is to unpack that dichotomy. Why is this film getting praised by some, and I mean utterly condemned by others?
And we got a lot to draw on. Public reviews, fan comments, critic takes.
Right. We've pulled from a really wide range, long-form English reviews, fan discussions from places like Reddit and Letterboxd, critical takes from Screen International, South China Morning Post.
Plus official news from Wikipedia, India Times. It's pretty comprehensive.
Yeah. And let's kick off with something interesting that, pretty much all our sources agree on, no matter where they stand overall.
What's that?
The visuals. The undeniable visual appeal and just the sheer star power of the cast.
Ah, right. That's definitely something that comes up again and again. It's fascinating how universal that agreement is.
Isn't it?
Even the harshest critics, the ones who really, tore the film apart for its story problems, they couldn't deny the visual side. The grandeur, the actors.
Lee Min-ho as Yoo Jung-hook, An Hyo-sup as Kim Dokta, Chi Soo-bin.
Right, Yoo Sung-up. Plus, Shin Sung-ho, Nana, Jisoo. Every review, positive or negative, mentions how incredibly polished they look. Camera ready, almost breathtaking, even with, rubble all around them.
I saw this description, I think it was from Wikipedia, it just nails it. Hot people posing in rubble.
Yeah, that sums it up pretty well. A bit snarky, but accurate.
It captures that immediate visual strength, doesn't it? It's not just acting, it's the aesthetic they bring. It's definitely the film's primary strength, its immediate draw.
Mm-hmm. Everyone can see that and appreciate it, whether you're a fan or just walked in off the street.
Yeah.
It sets a really high visual bar.
Yeah.
Makes a film super easy on the eyes. And look, sometimes that's enough to get people invested, at least at first.
True. Especially in today's K-content world, visuals often lead the charge.
Exactly. High production value, charismatic leads that can carry a project quite far. But, and this is the big but,
yeah,
visual appeal isn't always enough, is it? Especially when you're adapting something beloved, something really intricate.
And that's the perfect transition, because this is where that fault line just opens right up. This stark, almost bewildering divide in how people reacted to Omniscient Reader.
It really depends on who's watching.
Completely. It's whether you're coming in totally fresh, never read the web novel or the manhwa, or if you're a devoted, longtime fan. It's like two different movies.
It really is the classic adaptation dilemma, isn't it? Trying to please the existing fans and the general audience.
And often failing at one or both.
Well, yeah. What satisfies one group can really tick off the other. You get this huge chasm in how it's received.
Precisely. So, okay, let's break down the experience for viewers who are new to it all.
The ones who haven't read the source material.
Right. For them, our sources suggest it mostly works as this high-energy fantasy action movie. Fast-paced, flashy set pieces, lots of charm between the characters.
Spectacle, good-looking leads, some drama.
Yeah. You don't need the backstory to enjoy the visuals and the kind of play within a play, end-of-the-world idea.
That meta thing where they sort of know they're in a story.
Exactly. It adds this unique layer. So for newcomers, it's often seen as just a fun, high-octane ride. It hits the blockbuster beats.
And that's probably where it finds its commercial success, with that broader audience. It's visually appealing. The structure is pretty generic, but, familiar.
Right. If you just want a couple of hours of entertainment, good-looking actors, cool CGI, it probably delivers for you.
The story's straightforward enough without needing all the complex background from the novel.
But then you pivot to the readers, the fans of the original novel, or manhwa. Oh boy. Their disappointment, it's not just loud, it's like viscerally loud. It just echoes across everything we read. Reddit, Letterboxd.
Okay, so what are the specific complaints? What did they feel was missing?
It's a long list. Key omissions, things like, well, the Omniscient Reader ability itself.
Which is kind of fundamental given the title.
Right, it's in the title. That's gone. No bookmark power either. Character arcs, super simplified. Crucial lore is lost over or just missing entirely. And maybe worst of all, the story feels incredibly rushed. It ends after just the third scenario.
Wait, only the third scenario?
Yeah. It skips huge, iconic parts like the theater dungeon, which is apparently this massive fan favorite arc.
Wow, okay. Skipping the theater dungeon. That's a bold choice. Fans must have been furious.
They were, which, brings up that big question for any adaptation, doesn't it?
What happens when you strip away those core elements? What's actually left?
Exactly. The sources really hammer this point. The production choices seem to have sacrificed what made the original so resonant and unique.
Like Kim Dok-cheo's ability. That wasn't just his superpower, right? It defined him. He's the reader.
It shaped his whole character. Knowing the future, the moral dilemmas that create
The
it.
blessing and the curse of that knowledge.
Yeah.
And the whole metafictional angle, blurring story and reality.
All gone, apparently.
No.
Or at least heavily reduced, which turns him into maybe a more generic hero.
Yes, sacrificing that intellectual depth, the unique stuff about narrative and destiny. And you said lore was missing too.
Big time. The deep stuff about the star stream system, the constellations, all kind of glossed over. It robs the world building of its richness.
The stuff fans spent like hundreds of hours getting into.
Yeah, and instead it seems like it just becomes this, generic fantasy action story. Surface level drama instead of narrative depth.
Ouch. That explains the fan reaction then.
Oh, and the reactions are intense. They're not just critical, they feel genuinely betrayed. We pulled some quotes from Reddit that are just brutal.
Like what?
Okay, here's one. It's a terrible adaptation for a beloved work. It just genuinely sucks as a movie.
Straight to the point.
Another one. They butchered it so bad it will give you brain damage from watching it.
Okay, wow. No holding back there.
And from Letterboxd, someone wrote, "This movie has a lot of infuriating parts, but Young Hee-won really pissed me off." They took one of the most layered stories ever written and turned it into a soggy PowerPoint presentation.
Soggy PowerPoint presentation. Wow, that paints a picture.
Doesn't it? It captures how fans feel the original's complexity was just flattened.
Yeah, it's not just about changing plot points. It's feeling like the changes diminish the actual soul of the story, the characters. And for a fan base that's invested years reading hundreds of chapters, getting attached, this feels like disrespect, like their opinions have totally ignored.
That deep emotional investment really explains the ferocity of the backlash.
Absolutely. It's personal for them.
So that feeling of betrayal, how did it connect with, say, the professional critics? Did they pick up on the same issues?
Interestingly, yeah, they largely did. Maybe less emotionally charged, but the core criticism was similar.
Really? What was the general consensus?
Our sources suggest critics generally felt the film kind of does the bare minimum, great visuals, like we said. But
deeper substance.
Exactly. Phrases like flashy, derivative, but shallow kept coming up. Screen International, South China Morning Post, they echoed that.
So what you see is what you get.
Pretty much. A little beneath that polished surface. Even without the fans' deep investment, critics saw the lack of real originality or depth.
That tracks with Rotten Tomatoes too. The critic score is pretty low, around 25, right? And not many reviews listed.
Yeah, which suggests a broad feeling that it didn't offer much beyond style. Seems like critics also sense that prioritization of commercial appeal over, narrative integrity.
It's that classic style over substance critique.
For sure. Critics usually want more than just pretty faces and CGI. They want a solid story, developed characters, some thematic weight.
And when those get sacrificed,
even amazing visuals can't quite make up for it.
All of this really seemed to boil over at the South Korean premiere, didn't it? July 23rd, 2025. The reaction sounds like it was intense.
Oh yeah, reports suggest it was pretty fierce. Attendees were apparently quite vocal about their dissatisfaction.
To the point of accusing the director, Kim Byung-woo, of having a dark face.
Yeah, which is a really strong expression in Korean. It implies, deliberate disregard or even shady intentions toward the source material, like he meant to mess it up.
Wow, that's heavy.
It just shows how incredibly invested that fan base is.
Right.
For them, it's not just a movie. It's part of their identity.
A story they've lived with.
Exactly. So the criticism during Q&As, the social media backlash, it's all coming from this place of feeling personally betrayed, feeling disrespected.
That kind of public outcry must have a huge impact, especially with such a passionate following.
Definitely. It's a stark reminder that when you adapt something, you carry the weight of its legacy and its audience's expectations.
So thinking about all that, the post-credits tease for a part 2 feels like a massive gamble.
Huge.
It leaves everyone wondering, right? Both the people who liked it and the ones who felt betrayed. Can part 2 actually redeem this?
Or will it just be more of the same? More flashy spectacle, less substance.
What would it even take for them to win back the fans, maybe the critics?
Well, it's a huge challenge, but maybe also a chance to fix things. Our sources mention this conditional hope, that part 2 could be more compelling.
But it's a big if.
A very big if. It absolutely hinges on whether the production team actually listens, like really listens to the fans, course corrects based on all this criticism.
And genuinely respects the original story's integrity.
Yes. That means more than just keeping the visuals polished. It means restoring core character arcs, bringing back crucial stuff like the Omniscient Reader power, the bookmark system.
Deepening the emotional stakes that were apparently so key in the novel.
Exactly. And that's not just about adding plot points back in. It's about understanding why those elements mattered.
Grappling with Dokja's internal struggles, the nuances of the world.
The complex relationships. And the practical challenge is massive. Can they even weave that stuff back in now, after it was missing from part 1?
Can they do that without alienating the newcomers who liked the simpler version? It's a real tightrope walk.
It is. The big question is, can they reclaim that goodwill? It takes humility, responsiveness, things you don't always see.
But if they somehow pulled it off?
If they restored that core depth, maybe they could bring back the alienated fans and keep the newer ones interested. It'd be quite a comeback. Fans would definitely celebrate if they got it right.
Okay, so to recap, Omniscient Reader, The Prophecy. Visually stunning, great cast, no doubt.
Absolutely.
But it has just deeply, deeply divided its audience. For newcomers, it works pretty well as a high-energy fantasy flick, spectacle achieved.
But for devoted fans,
utter betrayal, narrative compromises, missing core mechanics and lore, a feeling of disrespect for the original's heart and soul.
It really puts that fine line between adaptation and reinvention under a microscope, doesn't it? And the dangers of choosing surface appeal over the actual heart of the source material.
A powerful lesson there.
Definitely. For anyone adapting popular works.
Which leaves us with a really provocative thought for you, the listener, to chew on. What truly defines a good adaptation? Is it the dazzling spectacle, pulling in huge new audiences?
Or is it that unwavering faithfulness to the source material's heart, its soul, even if that means maybe appealing to fewer people overall?
What stood out to you in our deep dive today? What are your thoughts on film adaptations of beloved books or webtoons? Do you prioritize visual appeal or narrative fidelity?
Yeah, where do you land on that?
Got any thoughts? Feel free to share your opinions or favorite moments in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more reviews and content on the latest movies and dramas. And hit the bell icon so you won't miss any new updates.